Okay, so first of all, we discuss about the infectious diseases and the infectious agent which cause these types of the diseases. Okay, so first agent which cause the infectious, see the first diagram, that is a picture of SARS virus coming out of the surface of the infected cells. So the white scale ints represent the 500 nanometer, which is half of the micrometer, so which is a thousands of the millimeter. Okay, so it is caused by the virus disease. So they are submicroscopic particles or organism. They can't multiply on their own because they don't have their own cellular machinery, so they utilize the machinery of the host cell and multiply only inside the cell. Okay, so various types of the diseases caused by the viruses, that is the AIDS, mumps, chickenpox, smallpox. Okay, so next we have another diagram, see 13.1 b part. So this is a disease that is caused by the bacteria, that is a staphylococcus. So it is also a unicellular microorganism that reproduce very quickly. So the diseases caused by this bacteria are the typhoid, cholera, TB, anthrax, diphtheria and tetanus. Okay, now we have third 13.1 c point. So this is a disease which is caused by the trypanosoma. So it is a protozoan. Okay, so protozoan, it is also a unicellular organism that multiplied very rapidly, and it is caused by the protozoan which cause the malaria, sleeping sickness, kala azar, amoebic dysentery and the giardiasis, which is caused by the giardia protozoan. Okay, so first we will discuss the virus, second bacteria, third protozoan. So next we have D point, which is caused by the fungi. Okay, so fungi is also a multicellular organism. These are heterotrophic in nature and they cause ringworm, athlete foot, and this is a roundworm disease. Roundworm which cause the diseases and other infections, other skin infections also. Okay, so last we have one more point, that is a helminth diseases. So helminth also cause it is a worm which is present in the intestine, and they cause a teniasis, ascariasis, elephantiasis, filaria worm. So they are also called as a filariasis. Okay, so this is all about the different types of the microorganism or the different types of infectious agent which cause infection in the body and which also affect the various parts of the body. Okay, so next we have means of the spread, means how these all microorganism they will spread diseases in the body. So diseases can be spreaded by the direct transmission or indirect transmission. So first we will discuss the direct transmission. So in the direct transmission, any microorganism or pathogen, they transmitted directly into the body of a healthy person. Okay, so their direct transmission can be of the various types. So first of all we have a physical contact. So when microorganism like which cause chickenpox, smallpox, ringworm, they spread through the physical contact with the infected person. Such diseases are to be called as a contagious diseases. Okay, third है second point, by sexual contact. So some diseases like the AIDS or the gonorrhea or syphilis, they also spread through the sexual contact from one person to another person. So the microorganism responsible for causing these diseases, they don't spread by ordinary sexual social contact such as handshake or hug. Some other ways in which we touch each other can also spread these types of the diseases. Okay, third point is by contact with the soil. So the bacteria responsible for the tetanus and blood poisoning enter the human body from the soil through the injury. Okay, hence the skin injuries should not be neglected. Next है by animals. So the viruses of the rabies or the hydrophobia is introduced through the wound caused by the bites of the animals like the dog, cat and monkey. So most commonly in the dogs, these types of the vaccines are should be taken. Fifth point, through the placenta. So in the later part of the pregnancy, the placenta may become permeable to the pathogen such as the virus of the measles and bacteria. So the pathogen then pass from this the maternal blood into the fetal blood through this placenta. Okay, so these are the 5 types which directly transmit the pathogen from infected person to the healthy person. Okay, so second we have some indirect method also. So in the diagram you have to see some the direct transmission of the diseases from infected to healthy person. Okay, next we have some indirect method also. So in indirect method, first of all we have a through air. Okay, so any infectious agent that transferred from the infected person to healthy person through the air, dust or the droplet, for example common cold, pneumonia, TB, so all these are caused by directly through the air. Second we have through the contaminated food or water. So the some diseases also spread through the contaminated food and water. So जब भी हम कोई contaminated food और water लेते हैं तो उसकी वजह से भी जो हमारी बॉडी के अंदर डिसीज़ हो सकती हैं, जैसे हमारे पास कॉलरा, टाइफाइड, because they get mixed with the drinking water used by the people living nearby. So the typhoid and cholera that cause a microbe enter the body of the new host through the contaminated water, and it will cause the diseases in that person. Okay, so such diseases are much more likely to be spread in the absence of safe supply of the drinking water. Other waterborne diseases are like the amoebic dysentery and the hepatitis also. Okay, third point we have through the carriers or the vectors. So many diseases are also transmitted by the animals also, and the animals they carry the agent from an infected person to the healthy person, so that are called as the vectors. Okay, for example females of many species of mosquito feed on the blood of many warm blooded animal including human beings to enable them to lay mature egg. So in performing this act they become potential carrier, so they can transfer disease from one person to another person. So the female anopheles is vector for the malarial parasite. Okay, sandfly is a vector for the kala azar, and housefly is a vector for the cholera and typhoid. Okay, so in this mean some vectors are to be responsible for spreading the diseases. So fourth point we have a formite borne. So that diseases which are transmitted through the use of the contaminated articles, like the when we use the towel, cloth, hanky, utensil, toys, taps, door handles, that also will cause a different types of the diseases. Okay, so this is the 2 types of the means of the spread of diseases, that is a direct and indirect transmission. Okay, next we have, okay, so now we have another topic, that is of organ specific and tissue specific manifestation. So what do we mean by this organ specific and tissue specific? So the human body is a large in comparison to any type of the diseases causing microbe. So there are many possible areas, tissues, organs within our body where microbes may be reaches and cause the diseases. Okay, so each pathogen has a developed adaptation to infect a particular organ, tissue or system. So in some cases that infected organ or tissue depend upon the entry, while in other it is not so. Okay, so the pathogenicity or severity of the harm depend upon the tissue destroyed and the release of the toxin by the parasites. Okay, so the different species of the microbes seems to have evolved to home in on different parts of the body. So this selection is connected to their point of entry. If their entry from the air, like a nose, they are likely to go to the lungs, means they directly goes into the lungs when they enter from the air. So this is seen in the bacteria causing TB also. So if they enter through the mouth, they can stay in the gut lining like the typhoid causing bacteria, or they can go to the liver like the viruses that cause the jaundice. मीन्स जो भी एजेंट हमारी बॉडी के अंदर एंटर करेगा वो डिफरेंट ऑर्गन और टिश्यूज़ को स्पेसिफिक जाके ही अटैक करेगा, उसी पे जाके वो डिसीज़ कॉज करेगा. ओके, बट दिस इज़ नॉट नीड ऑलवेज बी द केस, मतलब हर बार ऐसा नहीं होता. एन इन्फेक्शन लाइक द HIV, एड्स, so that comes into the body via sexual organs while spread to lymph node all over the body. Okay, for other example malaria, that is causing microbe entering through the mosquito bite, but it will go to the liver. Okay, and then to the our blood. So the virus causing Japanese that will cause brain fever will similarly enter through the mosquito bite, but it goes on to the infect the brain. मतलब वो डिफरेंट किसी भी हमारे किसी भी ऑर्गन को जाके वो इन्फेक्ट कर सकते हैं. ओके, नेक्स्ट वी हैव नॉन पोर्टल ऑर्गन और द टिश्यूज. Okay, so the malaria causing the protozoan that enter through the female bite and go to the liver via blood. So this is a type of the non-portal organ and the tissue specificity. Okay, so now we move to our next topic, that is the principles of treatment. So there are two ways to treat the infectious diseases. First is reduce the effect of diseases, second killing the pathogen. Okay, so first point is to reduce the effect of the diseases. So we can reduce the effect of diseases without killing the agent, so that can be carried either with the help of medicine or by the bed rest. Okay, so first point is symptomatic treatment. So the medicine reduce the symptoms like and which mainly because of the inflammation caused by the infection. And second we have bed rest. Bed rest also enable us to conserve more energy which could be made available for causing the healthy during the infectious. मतलब दो तरह से हम उसके इफ़ेक्ट को रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं, एक तो मेडिसिन के थ्रू और एक बेड रेस्ट के थ्रू. ठीक है, और सेकंड पॉइंट है हमारा किलिंग द पैथोजन्स. सो रीड द सेकंड पैराग्राफ. सो हाउ वी कैन किल द माइक्रोब्स. So the most common way to kill the microbes to use the medicine that kill the microbe, because some medicine reduce the effect of the pathogen and some medicine directly kill the pathogens. So we have to choose that specific drug that is effective against a particular group of diseases. So each group of microbe have a simple or some essential life processes which are peculiar to that group and are not shared with the other group. So these activities may be anabolic or the catabolic. So our cells have a different pathogens than the one used by microbes groups. So therefore we find drugs that block the bacterial anabolic pathway without affecting our own. So this is what is achieved by antibiotics. Similarly, there are drugs that kill the pathogens, for example the malarial parasites. Okay, so these are the principle of the treatment. So next we have principle of prevention. So how we can prevent the different types of the diseases. So first we have sanitation. So the first basic principle to prevent from the diseases is the public hygienic of the environment, like the polluted water, garbage heap, food exposed to dust and flies. They are the chief source of the diseases causing microorganism. So the cleaning surrounding can check the spread of the diseases. So our environment that should be clean, so that we can prevent the infectious diseases. Okay, second we have eradication of the vector, means that vector which cause the diseases that should be eradicated or the destroyed, or their adult vectors that can be killed by some suitable methods. Okay, third point is isolation. Person suffering from the disease that should be kept in isolation and that others do not catch the infection from him. Okay, fourth we have sterilization. So patient surrounding an article that should be properly sterilized, like use of the soap, Dettol, disinfectant, antiseptic. They may be used wherever necessary. Okay, fifth point, proper and sufficient food. So the main prevention of diseases is the availability of the proper and sufficient amount of the food for everyone. Okay, and last point is education. So people must be educated about the infectious diseases so that they may protect themselves against such type of the infections. Okay, so these are the general ways by which you can prevent yourself from the infectious diseases. Now we have some more specific ways for the prevention of this infectious diseases. So first we have vaccination or the immunization. So vaccination is a method of the resistance in the body to specific diseases using the microorganisms that have been modified or the killed. Okay, so the treated microorganism, they don't cause the disease but rather trigger the bodies of immune system to build a defense mechanism that continuously protect against the disease. मतलब हमें अपनी immune system को strong बना के रखना चाहिए कि हमारी जो body है वो ऑटोमेटिकली जो भी पैथोजन हमारी बॉडी के अंदर एंटर करेगा उसको ऑटोमेटिकली क्या कर दे, वो किल कर दे. ठीक है, मतलब हमारी बॉडी के अंदर पहले ही उस टाइप के एंटीबॉडीज़ होने चाहिए जो उसके पैथोजन के अगेंस्ट उसको किल कर सके. ठीक है, मतलब हमारे इम्यून सिस्टम को जो स्ट्रॉन्ग बना सके. सो इस टाइप से भी हम अपने आप को प्रिवेंट कर सकते हैं. क्लियर. सो नेक्स्ट वी हैव, so there are general ways of preventing infections. So what are the specific ways? So there is a no smallpox anywhere in the world nowadays. But as recently as hundreds years ago, smallpox epidemic were not at all uncommon. So people used to be very afraid of coming near someone suffering from the disease since they were afraid of catching the diseases. So there was one group of people who didn't have this fear. These people would provide nursing care for the victims of the smallpox. This was a group of people who had a smallpox earlier and survived it, although with a lot of scaring. So in other words, if you have a smallpox once, there was a no chance for suffering it again. So this happened because when immune system first seen an infectious microbe, it responded against it and remember it specifically. So the next time that particular microbe or its close relative enter the body, and the immune system respond with even a greater vigor, so this eliminate the infection even more quickly than the first time around. So this is a basic of the principle of the immunization. Okay, clear? So what do you mean by the vaccine? Here the term is vaccine we have to use. So that antigenic protein that dead the microorganism which are not able to cause the diseases but stimulate the production of antibodies in our body to fight against the diseases. So that is called as a vaccination. Okay. So last we have, so now we can say that in a general principle we can the immune system into develop memory for a particular infection that mimic the microbe we want to vaccine against into the body. So this doesn't actually cause the disease, but this would prevent now subsequent exposure. Okay, so such program that should be useful in our daily life if such health measures are available to all the children. Okay, so do you think of the reason why this should be so? So the some hepatitis viruses which cause the jaundice are transmitted through the water. So there is a vaccine for one of them, so hepatitis A in the market, but the majority of children in many parts of the India are already immune to the hepatitis A by the time they are 5 years old. ठीक है, वो पोलियो के जो ड्रॉप्स पिला के जाते हैं तो उनके अंदर वो पहले ही वो इम्यूनिटी सेट कर देते हैं. So this is because they are exposed to virus through the water. So under these circumstances would you take the vaccination? Okay, clear that whole the topic. So now our chapter has been completed. Thank you.